up, folks? It's Big Bear back at you with a real quick video here on Big Bear Fights. We're going to talk Smackdown now. We talked Raw the other day. We got a Smackdown kind of part to this Raw versus Smackdown. Third week I'm doing this, but this week I've kind of split the two shows up. I've done a Raw video and now I'm doing a Smackdown video. And the reason behind the split is because, well, when I did them together, they were 15-minute videos. I don't want to make 15-minute videos, so here we go. Let's just go ahead and get on started in. Before we get started, let's think about this. The Olympics is on, so you're competing with that. You want to try to put the best show you can on, while some of your superstars is in New Zealand or another country. So some of your superstars cannot be on the show, so some of the storylines cannot be pushed on your show. So you're trying to put together the best show you can possible without your full roster. So keep that in mind as I go through this preview. We start off with the Wyatts, Dolph Ziggler and Dean Ambrose. It was a segment. It was kind of a push. Okay, let's think about it this way, guys. I think SmackDown has a main heel. Their main bad guy. The guy that everybody can just, either boo or like, who cares? But he is the heel of the show, and that is Bray Wyatt. There's no doubt about it at this point. Now, Bray Wyatt has inserted himself into a main event look, but I want you to think about it. It doesn't seem like he's going after Dean Ambrose as much as he is Dolph Ziggler. Dean Ambrose is inserting himself into this feud. I don't know if it's a bit of storyline between the three going forward or between Ziggler and Bray Wyatt going forward. That's going to be interesting to figure out. But I really like this opening segment. I thought it was really good on playing the heel character of Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family being the big heels of SmackDown. Next up, we had American Alpha. I was a little disappointed because I thought I was watching Raw for a second because we had a squash match. With all those tag teams out there, I didn't think they should have done that. I thought they should have put them in a real tag team match. But we had American Alpha, the team I really enjoyed watching on NXT, and I really enjoy here on the main roster. Really excited to see them, but then when I saw the squash match, not as much. However, they did a fantastic job of saving that part by bringing down some tag teams, bringing down the Ascension, bringing down the Von Villains. I'm trying to get them all right. I believe they brought down the Hype Bros. There he is. I was trying to think of who it was. They brought down the Hype Bros. I thought this was fantastic to show a push for the tag team division. But really, if you look at these tag teams, the only one that you take serious by a long stretch, you like the Hype Bros, and it's easy to like them. Who doesn't? But the only tag team there that you take serious in the tag team division is without a doubt American Alpha. But I think they're going to push these tag teams because after SummerSlam you're going to have a tag team division kicking off. So I kind of like the whole idea of starting the party early, start pushing these tag teams. And it's going to be interesting to see what they do with this tag team division here on SmackDown. Next up, we had Eva Marie versus Becky Lynch. Match never happened. Again, you remember last week she jumped off the turnbuckle. Boom, the knee was hurt. She, quote unquote, hurt. This week, we're going to get another quote unquote. She had a wardrobe malfunction. The match ain't happening. However, Becky Lynch said, I got to come out here. I'm a fighter. I want to fight. I love that side of Becky Lynch. Keep that one up. And she got her answer. Here comes Alexa Bliss. Now, I was a guy against the whole call-up of Alexa Bliss. But she got down there, she got in the ring, and she fought a good match. I thought it was a very good bout. She picks up the win on her debut on SmackDown. I thought it was a good way. Now, with the whole Eva Marie and Becky Lynch, that's going to continue. Eva Marie came down after near the end of the match when the pin happened. Kind of distracting Becky Lynch to allow Bliss to pick up the win. But still, she comes down, and then she goes, I tried to get back down here, but it looks like Alexa Bliss already beat me to it. But next week, we'll try again. I think this is going to be a storyline, I don't know where it's heading into, but it's going to be awesome. The women's division is trying to heat it up, and I like it. I think this is going to be a good idea if Eva Marie gives us a great match. Next up, we had Randy Orton, the Viper, versus Alberto Del Rio, former World Heavyweight Champions. They're going to go at it one-on-one. This is leading into SummerSlam. Help build the storyline for the Brock Lesnar fight. And guess what? Alberto Del Rio attacked the arm of Randy Orton. He told Randy Orton, hey, You won't be able to hit the RKO on me if you have a broken arm. So he attacks the arm left and right. He hurt the arm. But guess what happens? Boom. Out of nowhere, the RKO. Thought this was a great match building up for SummerSlam. Excited for it. Next up we had Heath Slater and Rhino. Heath Slater comes out, comes up to Rhino asking him to, hey, help me out, dude, because I have 2 kids at home and a nice pool to pay for. And Rhino playing off of that, and I thought this was a hilarious segment. Rhino playing off of that. He goes, oh, what kind of pool? And he goes, above ground, and nice one. I thought it was hilarious. But the funniest part of the whole thing was Heath Slater forgetting how many kids he had. First he says 2, then he says 4, and I think at the end he says 7. Heath Slater was a busy man. What can you say? But Heath Slater, I love this whole great, the biggest free agent out there, Heath Slater, and sign Heath Slater. I loved it. And he runs into Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon at the end, and you know, he does his whole thing and talks to Daniel Bryan, talks to Shane McMahon, and Shane and Daniel sound like they wanted to give him a contract, but then he tells them to go screw themselves because they won't give him a contract, and walked out. Heath, baby, Heath. I like this storyline. Just saying. Next up, we had Carmella versus Natty. Now, everybody knows I'm a Natty. I'm a Becky fan. Natty and Carmella. Last week, Natty comes down. She attacks Carmella on the way to the ring. Well, guess what happened this week? It was going to happen again. Here comes Natty out of the locker room. And boom, Carmella was ready for it. Great win by Carmella for Smackdown. That was awesome. I thought it helped build on the women's division. And last but not least, we had the Wyatts versus the Dolph Ziggler and Dean Ambrose. I thought this was another great way of building up that character, the heel character of the Wyatt family for SmackDown. They're the biggest heels, like I said, on SmackDown. Went back and forth. Good win for Ambrose and Ziggler. And at the end, you saw a little touch of Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's right. Dean Ambrose looking at his tag team partner Dolph Ziggler. They're celebrating a win, and boom, there it is. Dirty deeds. And that's it. So who won this week? Who is the winners? Raw or SmackDown? Who do I believe did it? SmackDown's on the won the first 2 weeks. Did it great. I was going to give it to SmackDown just because of the squash match on Raw, but guess what? SmackDown did the same thing and gave my favorite tag team, American Alpha, squash. So who is Big Bear going to pick for the winner? If you know Big Bear, and you know me well, you know that I'm a SmackDown guy. I'm a Shane McMahon guy. I'm a Daniel Bryan guy. My favorite champion is the Ambrose, and you can't go wrong because both my girls are right there on SmackDown. But guess what? Stephanie, you won this week. Raw is your winner for the week. I'm out of here. Thank you guys for watching. An NXT video will be coming soon. Peace.